Hello, my name is Ryan Ballas, and this is for my Persuasive Com 104 final. Um, I will be discussing the issue of cybersecurity and basically why we need policy reform going into the next election. So, I first want to start out by saying it's crucial to have a transparent government that is built upon transparency. And going into the digital age, where we are all held responsible for the information that we're receiving and the information that we give, I think it's only correct to have government officials stay transparent through cybersecurity. One of the major issues that I've talked about over this entire semester was the 2016 election and what happened with Cambridge Analytica, which was a firm hired by Donald Trump to do analysis on the target audience of which he was trying to go for, and seeing what areas that they were interested in to basically build a psychological weapon that allowed them to receive information and sway voters into possibly voting for their campaign. So with that, I did research along the lines of digging deeper into what Cambridge Analytica is and what Facebook and giant tech companies, which also I believe need to stay transparent, are doing in order to make sure that we are staying transparent within the digital age. So within my research, there was a paper that kind of got me the most. It was a critical journal under the name What Should Facebook Do Next by Eric C. Larson, Carl Riger. They explore the claim of a resolution from Zuckerberg in his testimony to Congress. Zuckerberg promised to be more transparent with users about personal data and collected and how this data is being used by the company. He also promised to be tougher by regarding the enforcement of Facebook's own terms of service with third-party companies that might have access to data. This all comes from the use of what Cambridge Analytica did to use Facebook as a part of that psychological weapon to sway voters. Basically, what they would do is that they would have, if you and your friends had a connection to each other, you are friends on Facebook, and you clicked on an ad that maybe you wanted to see, or you clicked on something that they provided, and then through an APA, it was able to reach over into your friend's information and gather what they're looking at and what they want to do, causing them to get a bigger target audience of what they could sway. So this was a major issue to me concerning the severity of what it can do to a modern day democracy. And I felt that being able to cover that through cybersecurity was very important. And if we do go on, there was a couple bits within the public sphere and how cybersecurity is effective within that. Um, there's a lack of information being provided to people on what they can do to protect themselves. This is another area that I feel needs to be completely addressed within the next coming years. Let's see here. There's another major issue within it is that it affects us socially. There have been giant data breaches that have affected people and how they actually react to each other. And this is another issue that I feel is very important to us. In conclusion, I would like to say that this issue going forward for all of us has to be looked at very seriously and considered a little bit more in detail and with more critical analysis of what we are putting in information of ourselves and what we are allowing to see information of what we want to do, whether it's politically, with social activism, and economically, which is huge, in basically protecting what our democracy is. So I feel like we all have to be a little bit more careful with what we are putting out there and how willingly we are to submit to the internet and our information. So thank you so much for a great semester, and I wish you all the best of luck.